Okay, this video is using Pixlr Editor. I used this last year, but I recall it being quite glitchy, but I thought I would show it to you anyways, just in case we're lucky. So you just want to open up an image from the computer, so I'm going to double tap on that. Choose the image that I want to edit, and it brings that in. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you will see that we have a variety of tools, and we've got our menu button up here. I'm going to pull in our navigation from the side because it happens to be off screen. Okay, and you'll see, like in Photoshop, we have layers. So we can create a layer. If we want to duplicate a layer, we can go ahead and drag that down and we get another layer. And which is great if you want to make changes to the layer to something but not affect the background layer. In this case, I do want to change that, so I'm going to actually delete this this background, this copy, and leave it with the background layer. Okay, I'm going to double tap on the lock icon. That unlocks it. This is a super important step if you want to get rid of the background on your image. Now, the two tools that we want to use for getting rid of a background are this wand tool or the lasso tool. So the lasso tool is kind of cool. I'm just going to tap on it, and when I create, I'm just drawing. If I create a circle, I get the marching ants, and all I have to do is hit backspace and it gets rid of that. I can hit Command D to deselect to get rid of the marching ants. Another thing I can do is click on this polygon lasso tool, which is much more, it's tap oriented. So I can tap the places that I want, and I'm just tapping with my pen tablet, coming close to the beginning, and again backspace, and I can delete that. So that works really well if you want to do sort of a rough outline of getting rid of the background from our friend who's playing the Sphero. So I'm just tapping away here around him, sort of a general way, and oh, I just lost the tap. Yeah, it is still behaving rather glitchy, so I'll just have to go around again. I'll try to be patient. Almost there. You want to find the beginning and connect the beginning and double tap, and we've got our marching ants. Now I don't want, if I delete him, if I hit backspace, I'm going to delete him. I don't want to do that, so remember we have to undo that. I want to do the opposite or the inverse of that. So I'm going to go into, to find which one it is. Image, no, not that one. So I'm going to find the inverse. Filter, maybe it's under. Here we go. Edit, invert selection. And I will delete that. Now I've deleted the background, which is great. I'm going to get rid of the marching ants again by selecting Command D. Now I'm going to go to the magic wand tool, and I'm going to click on this carpet area, which I can see I've selected most of it. If I increase the tolerance a little bit and do it again, so I'm going to deselect and do it again, I'm getting rid of more, but now I'm getting rid of too much, which is not what I want. So I'm going to deselect. I'm going to reduce that down, and right now I'm asking it to contiguous, means it all has to be attached. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to delete that, and that looks pretty good. So I'll delete this one. This one kind of goes too much into his shirt, so that's not good. I'll try this black piece. That works okay. No, definitely not okay. So now I have to reduce the tolerance some more. Deselect, try again. That's better, and that's better. So it's going to take a few shots at this. Okay, and getting there. So I'm slowly getting rid of a lot of this background. And so that works okay. And then finally the other one that I can use is the eraser tool. So I can go ahead and once I've deselected anything, I can erase some of these bits here that aren't very good, and I can go in and zoom in if I want to, but at this point I just want to make this quick and dirty. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. I can zoom in and get closer and move it over using the hand, back to eraser, and I could go ahead and erase that. It's kind of a soft edge that may or may not be okay. You can change your brush by making a harder edge up here, and I can make it a harder edge so it'll be much more distinct here and distinct around his foot. Okay, so if you're getting rid of something, you can do that. Now I'm going to unzoom it so you can see the whole thing. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, let's go to image, and I should be able to fit it in. Okay, just keep zooming out and we'll be patient. One more. Okay, so we can do that. Now if I want to add another layer behind him, I can click on this paper, and then from here I can put that behind him, and then I can insert another image or just a color. So with this layer selected, I'm going to paint a color in here. So I've got the paint bucket, and the paint bucket's going to go black, and I'm just going to paint black around him. So now he's completely black. Now you'll notice here I have some spots here that aren't working because I didn't do a thorough job. I can click and activate that layer again and go to my eraser tool, and I can go ahead and start to delete some of this other stuff that I was too lazy to get rid of before. So it gives you an idea as to how you can get rid of a background and that using Pixlr. In order to save it, we're going to go to File, Save, and you're going to want to use the JPEG format. Say OK, and it will take its time. It'll ask you where you want it, and you can go ahead and save it. That's it.